Hello, welcome back. We are live for episode 9, and today we are celebrating USA Pears. This is a fruit that means a lot to me personally and professionally. It's my husband's very favorite fruit. It's, and it's definitely one that I think pears are one of the most elegant fruits. I mean, this very simple platter of red and green Anjou pears with some Bosc pears. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's striking. And it's got that pears have that rustic elegance. I mean, I've seen them become a wedding favor and just overall decorating. They're gorgeous. So add them to your tablescape, add them to your menu. Today we're going to give you 2 great ideas on how to use pears. I've got my blender here. Hang on, I got to grab this. Okay, so we have this cookbook, the Blender Girl Smoothie. We are actually hosting an Amazon giveaway for this right now. So if you comment the word sweet in the broadcast, we will send you a message through Messenger on how you can enter to win this cookbook. So I am a huge fan of Tess Masters as well as the Blender Girl. And she not only has a series of cookbooks, she also has the Blender Girl app, which has been something that I use all the time. So this is actually one of my recipes from the Blender Girl app. Let me pull it up on my phone here. First of all, her app is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. All right, find your perfect blend. So I'm going to search here, and I'm going to search for pears. All right, so these are all of her Blender Girl recipes that include the pears on her app. So we are doing Parrot with Blue. Here's the ingredient list. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so Parrot with Blue starts with orange juice. Let me get that out of the fridge. There it is. Okay. Orange juice. And we are going to do 2 pears. Cored is the only thing. You leave the peels on. So let's first talk about how you know that your pear is ripe. You squeeze the neck, check the neck is what we say in produce, check the neck. And when the neck of the pear yields to slight pressure, that's when you know that it's ripe and ready to eat. So like I said, we have red Anjou, green Anjou, and then these brown ones that I just think are so gorgeous. These are the Bosc pears. In my opinion, the Bosc pears are a little bit more granular in texture. I love it. And I do think that these are a little bit sweeter, in my opinion. So tell us what you think. What's your favorite pear? Do you like the reds, the green Anjous, or the Bosc pears? So these pears are coming from the Pacific Northwest, and today's broadcast sponsor is our brand partner, USA Pears. All right. And USA Pears is an organization that they've been a huge supporter of the produce moms for a long time, so thank you to USA Pears for that. And also, they represent all of the pear growers in the Pacific Northwest in the United States. So this organization is really important to American agriculture and the farmers of the Pacific Northwest. So we really appreciate their support. We're honored to be a brand partner and someone that they trust to help promote their products. So the Pacific Northwest pear season is coming to an end. Beautiful. Have you ever used your apple core to cut your pears? It's the easiest way to do it. Pears have a very small core with some seeds in there. Okay, so the recipe calls for orange juice, 2 pears, blueberries, of course. These I washed first. I love to wash my blueberries right in the container that they're in. They have these holes in it, and it's just easy. Wash them, keep them out on the countertop, and then I munch on them all morning. okay. You can just kind of eyeball that. I think the recipe calls for 1 cup. I've got some ice. I'm going to add ice just because I like my I like my smoothies a little bit frothy. And then one of my favorite things about the Blender Girl is all of the recommendations that she has for amplifying your basic recipes. So these hemp seed hearts are one of those tricks, one of those products that she recommends. That's 1 tablespoon. And if you're not familiar with the hemp seed hearts or flaxseed, there's so many of them that you could use. It's protein, natural amino acids, fiber. So really great way to boost up what you do with your produce. Now, here's something that probably you will think, wow, that's unique. Broccoli florets, frozen broccoli florets. So we are going to use these to help get that vegetable in there. This is a very sweet smoothie. Smoothies are a great way to get your children to eat vegetables. You can hide them very well in the smoothies. So put the lid on. We'll go ahead and turn this up to about 4. And do I have it on? Nope. There we go. Great. Lovely. All right. So pretty. So full of vitamins and nutrients. This is enough to feed a couple of your children for the morning breakfast, or something I love to do when I make my smoothies. I just enjoy it all day. Like, if I can't finish it all for breakfast, I will then just, pop it in the fridge, keep it cold, and then come back to it for a snack or for lunch. So love, love, love my Blender Girl breakfast with pears. So pears are they're naturally a creamy fruit. So I did have some milk out here, but I want you to know that you don't have to use milk when you're using pears. They blend up and they give you that same creaminess that like a banana or an avocado would give you in your morning smoothie or your afternoon smoothie. So absolutely love this recipe from the Blender Girl. And thank you to Test Masters for all of her support of the Produce Moms. It's always humbling when you see someone support what you do that, frankly, doesn't necessarily have to. Tess does not have to help support us, and she does because she believes in what we do, and we really appreciate it. So the next thing we're going to do is talk about how you can enjoy pears at dinner. So I'm checking the neck to see which of these are the ripest. So quick tip, anytime you are at the grocery store, the pears will not be ripe. The pears will be, they're not meant to be ripe at the grocery store. So you do, typically when you buy pears, you need 1 or 2 days at home to ripen them. They are not ripened on the trees. They ripen at room temperature. So check the neck and they're ready to eat. It's not always easy to find ready to eat pears at the grocery store. This one isn't fully ready. So you can see it's not going through. We won't cut that one. That one needs more time. This one's better. So I bought these yesterday and they'll be great this weekend. One of my family's favorite fruits. So we'll be taking it to my son's baseball games. Look how gorgeous. Pears are such an elegant appetizer. And if any of you guys have questions, feel free to leave a comment. We would be more than happy to take your questions live, or we'll answer them later in the day as we monitor the broadcast. So this is a really fun combination that is that's available on USA Pears website. We'll put a link to this. They have a wine, cheese, and pear pairing guide. So I have a dry rosé, the D'Anjou pear, and the blue cheese. And it is certainly a fruit that I would encourage you to include in your cocktail parties, on your crudités. I mean, there's so much that you can do with pears They're naturally elegant, and they really do go so well with cheese. They're great for fondue nights. They can replace your crackers even. One way to elevate this would be to add a little bit of honey on the top. I'm going to go ahead and eat it. It's so good.
Will pears, this is from Christy Walker, she says, will cut pears brown like apples, and any tips to prevent browning?
Okay. Sorry, I'm eating that delicious pear. Excuse me, but yes, the answer is yes, Christy. Good question. Really, almost all fruits, when you cut them and expose them to oxygen, expose the interior to oxygen, they do start to oxidize. It's a natural process. It doesn't really affect the flavor profile of the fruit that much, but it certainly affects the presence of it. And they do start to ripen quicker once they are exposed to air. So the answer to your question is yes, pears do absolutely oxidize when cut. So what I would recommend that you do is cut them in the moment. You'll see, like, I just cut one pear. So if I was entertaining people, I would just use my apple core and have a centerpiece of pears where we could then just pull the pears and cut them easily as we eat through the one. You could also dip them the same way that we recommend for apples. You can dip your apples in a lemon juice, or if you don't want to risk having that citrus flavor, because in my opinion, you can taste the lemons a little bit when you try to stop the oxidation with the lemons. You can also use pineapple juice. A lot of people don't realize that 100% pineapple juice does slow down the oxidation process as well. Yes, another question. Thank you.
Alex says, my husband doesn't really like blue cheese. Will creamier cheeses like brie work well with pears?
You know what, Alex? It's a great question. And here's my philosophy. Is there a such thing as a cheese that doesn't work? I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, it's like any cheese goes with any pear, goes with any wine. That's my opinion. But USA Pears luckily has put it together with the flavor profiles, the sommelier, the wine profile, how it matches with what cheese it matches best with and what pear it matches best with. I love all three of them, pears, cheese, and wine. So my answer as the person who does not care is yes, like absolutely. Use whatever cheese you want. And like we always say in our broadcasts, use our recipes to help inspire you to make them your own. And, do the same with these wine, pear, and cheese pairing guides. If you don't like the wine that they choose, then find your own favorite wine. Or if you want to use a different kind of cheese, like a brie instead of a blue cheese, yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of people who don't care for the blue cheese. I mean, it's a very pungent flavor and smell, and I love it. I mean, I could eat this whole block, and I might just do that. But yeah, I don't think that your husband's alone, Alex. I think a lot of people prefer to have more than just a blue cheese option. And yes, I think brie would be great. Thank you. So I have my lunch and my happy hour ready, and we want to thank you for tuning in to episode 9. Wow, I can't believe we've been at this for over 2 months now. So if you liked what you're seeing, please make sure to give us a thumbs up and a heart. All of that helps us stay relevant and helps keep this going. And we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much for the opportunity to be live again this Friday. And we will be monitoring the comments throughout the day. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. The Produce Moms team, as well as USA Pears, will be around to answer any questions you have. So thank you to USA Pears for being a Produce Mom partner. Thank you to Tess Masters of the Blender Girl for being someone that I really admire and someone who has taken me under her wing by sharing our content and inspiring us to do things like come live every single Friday. So this has been a real pleasure. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. Reminder, we are live every single Friday at 11 a.m. We hope to see you next week. Have a great day. And cheers.